Hey guys, Mr. Browside here, and we are back with another step-by-step Terran guide. Here with episode 3, and yeah, in this game, or in this episode, sorry, maybe one or two games, see how we go, and we're going over the basic unit comp we want to do, and just be covering up everything else I did. Hopefully, we can get a different matchup. I believe I've got Terran both times so far. And yeah, so episode 1 we covered workers. Episode 2 we covered, how to be safe. Pretty much covering scouting. And just how to make sure that your opponent isn't doing something cheeky at the start of the game to kill you before you can really kind of ramp up. Because we're all about that macro game here. So now to build workers, we know, spend money. I'll do a more focused set on spending money where I'll try to focus on keeping those unspent resources down. And yeah, currently around silver 3 MMR. And yeah, eventually, we'll just kind of hope that we can rank up and just get a better idea against players that might be your rank if you're actually in gold or in platinum and want to get that extra push. I'll cover those slightly higher ranks eventually. We'll get there. Here we are, though. We found the game. What have we got? We have a TVZ. Beautiful. Beautiful. We have a Zerg. This is good. I would have liked a Protoss, but Zerg will do. So I briefly explained at the start of the last video, at the start of the game, how things to look for in case you think a Zerg might try to all-in you early. This is also the only matchup where it's necessary for you to wall off as Terran. Good luck, have fun, my friend. Alright, same start. You got the depot right up against the ramp there.
Not enough minerals.
We're then going to go with the barracks and another depot. Okay, he's going to say 30 seconds, just pretty much within the first minute you want to come out, but 30 seconds, if you want to be cheeky, I'm not going to show you guys how to be really cheeky against the Zerg. We're not interested in that just yet. Drop that barracks, and there's room for one more depot. Drop that reactor. I think control groups, I'll do another video that isn't necessarily part of this guide to kind of show how to use control groups effectively and all that. I don't actually use them super effectively. So at the moment, there's no hatchery here. This hatchery, in most games, should be down by about 50 seconds. Quickly come back home and show him on gas. He's going for it now. He is. I'm not going to block it. I'm going to let him get it. So I'm expecting that his spawning pool has already started. It has. It's actually almost finished, which is good for us. I missed the worker there, but that's okay. So I'm going to build that straight away and build my marine. I know I normally go for repo, but I'm just going to go for marine, keep it easy. I'm pretty sure that's three lots of Zerglings coming out. He doesn't have gas, so he won't pull first. Was it Zerglings? Okay, so we have some links. He's probably going to die, but that's okay. Not too worried about it.
Our SCVs are under
yep,
attack.
there he goes. The Zergling's got him. That's alright. I'm just going to start getting my Marines. Eventually, I'm going to be when I get about 4 to 6 Marines, I'll drop a bunker at the top of this ramp.
What's going on?
See how we go. But okay, so going to main unit comp. The main unicom you should look for in most games, up till about, pretty much up to plat, is just Marine, Marauder, Tank, and Medevac. Again, TVT is a little bit different. You get, it's a bit of a split between Vikings and Medevacs, but that's okay. We're going to get that extra barracks a bit early, just because I've got a few Marines. Actually, I could lose these here. I'm hoping he didn't build too many lings. There's one ling there. Is that all? That seems to be it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that bunker at the top. When building a base inside your main, when building your nat, because we can lift off and fly, always upgrade to the orbital first. I'm going to put a depot out here. Always upgrade to the orbital first, because as it flies over, it'll generate energy for abilities like scanning and mule drop. Bring those over. Here we are.
Command
Get that
center
tech lab
upgrade.
so I can get stim pack. Fly him over, see that energy over his ticking up. And I can actually get my first tank. There you go, and this is part of the wall for this round. Now you can actually probably, depending on what kind of build they go, if I saw he went hatch first, I could have walled off at this ramp to start with. Oh, actually, no. And now I can drop my mules down there. I can get my stim pack. I'm getting lots of marines. Everything's kind of falling into place. I'm already onto my depots. All I need to do now is just kind of get another scout on. So I'm going to send this marine over and look for a third. And then we'll queue him up to run into their base. And making sure I'm building marines. Getting a tank. Actually, I'm not going to get that tank yet. I don't have my starport, so I'll get that. It's nothing. If you want to do a quick job, get him to build. Start building whatever building you want, and then shift right click on the mineral line or the gas wherever you pulled him from, preferably the mineral line. Oh, I should start getting marauders. And then he'll automatically go back to it and you don't have to worry about it. One of the tricks to Starcraft is, yeah, there's a lot of things to do. So while I've got times like this, is when it's great, like when I'm nothing too strenuous is happening, I can queue up as much as I can and save myself time. Alright, so I got one thing on 22 energy. When that hits the 50, I'm going to go for a scan. I know I haven't got my energy bay yet. Zerg typically doesn't have anything early that requires you to get an energy bay. Also, that marine showed me he didn't have a third. And there's a spine crawler at his natural, so he's taking it pretty safe. Again, I'll queue up those depots while I have the resources. We'll get those gases. I'm going to add in another supply depot, actually. Let's pull 2 of you guys and get 2 new barracks. Click them back. I'm going to get +1 attack. Upgrades again is a pretty big focus, especially in this army composition with a lot of bio units like the Marines and the Marauders. It's quite important to make sure that you're ahead in upgrades, especially against Zerg where they can have banelings which are pretty strong against bio. Start onto those. And building the depots on the edge of the base like this is pretty useful because it gives me a bit of a line of vision down here in case there's anything dodgy. So I'm actually going to scan the main. And the other Knightish now. Okay. I kind of hoped he would do something like this. It's really popular right now. And he has Roach Warren. That's the other reason these depots are here. Is quite often there'll be an Overlord here that could be flying over to put a Nidus Worm down because you don't hear it until it pops now. I believe.
Gas.
I'm actually running out of gas. I have a lot of workers.
Roger. I can't build here.
So let's drop that base again.
Add-on complete.
I'm not too worried about the Nidus.
Let's have a blast.
Let's grab these Marines.
Mineral field.
You ain't dropping no Nidus here. Yes, he is. This is what I'm talking about. See that's what he wanted. Unfortunately for him, I noticed it. Which is no good. What I'm actually going to do now. Drop the base, drop the bunker, drop the tower. Okay.
Insufficient Vespine gas. Upgrade complete.
So now I've certainly got the 1 energy bay. I'm a bit slower on that this game because I've had to play a bit safer. But then we're kind of keeping our float down, which is important. But we are going to be grabbing an armory and a second energy bay. I should probably do 2 SCVs for that, but one's okay. So you guys over here. Have energy for a scan. I do. What's at this base? That's a lot of units. I don't know. He already has a lair. Why is he doing that? So if he got that Nidus up, all of those units could have popped out, say here, or where he tried to do it, and here they just pop out in my base. So even though I have a wall, it doesn't matter. Again, just keeping up production of all these units.
Not enough minerals.
better be good. Go ahead.
Keep everything going. Press my select all army
Research
hotkey.
complete.
Who wants some?
Now I know he's moving out, but I'm still pretty comfortable because of my motion
Command
sensor.
center upgrade complete.
It's all me.
Let's just put him here. Put him here. We'll split out the tanks a little bit.
Ready for dust off.
Let's land him over there. And just making sure, flicking through. I've got a decent amount of barracks. Got my second energy bag. Got my armory.
Vespene gas.
My upgrades can start coming through a bit better now.
Not enough. Mineral field depleted.
I had a lot of energy banked up.
Command
Bulked up.
center
Armed and ready.
And do I have any tanks in here? I do have a tank here.
Baby. SCV
Now I know he moved out, but I don't know where.
Mineral
Oh,
field
here he is.
depleted.
armed and
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this part of my bio army. I want to run them up there.
SCV ready.
As I can just see that he wants to drop a Nidus, that's why that's here. So what I can do, if I really want, is I could get a couple of Vikings, one to patrol here, and say one to patrol here. And then just kind of forget about them.
Gangway.
I'm not really going to do that. What I'm going to do is bring these Marines over.
It's about to get heavy. You got it.
No, they can't reach. Okay.
Command center upgrade complete.
I was a bit optimistic there. I was hoping they could reach.
Unacceptable landing zone.
Stuck up some workers.
It's go time.
Does he have a third? He does have a third.
Not enough energy.
He's getting a fourth. I don't know where his units seem to be up here somewhere.
Mineral field
Or his units are
depleted.
in the Nidus worm. I'm not sure. One way to actually find out is let's just move out.
What's that? Give us SCV ready.
I'm going to leave some things at home still. What I'm actually going to do is drop a couple missile turrets. And I will end up getting those Vikings.
By the
Can never be too careful, guys.
Mineral field depleted.
boom, baby.
You know, if I'm fighting him over here,
Energy.
and he manages to get that Nidus up, I could be in a fair bit of trouble. My army's across the map.
Upgrade.
SCV ready.
And we're getting into that dangerous amount of high workers.
Been waiting by the numbers, boys.
Another thing to worry about is you can't, when you're pushing out against the Zerg, you want to have a bit of energy. So I've got
SCV ready.
4 scans.
10-4.
That's because creep we're going to want to clear.
Upgrade complete.
Oh, I see his army. Move the tanks up first. Put them on the ramp. By scanning, I reveal the creep tumors. I kill them, and all this purpley stuff will go back. Let's come over here.
Unacceptable.
I'm actually maxed out now.
Maximum supply.
He doesn't even try to defend.
This better be
He even has some mutas. He's gone for a bit of a weird unit comp, but that's okay.
boys. Armed and ready.
Upgrade complete.
He has banelings, so what we're going to do is we're going to pre-split our army a little.
Field depleted.
Oh, come back, boys.
Want some? My little world hurts.
Back up a little.
Better be good.
Let's stim the army. I'm not going to micro.
Mineral field depleted.
I'll just make sure everything's attacking. Alright. So what I did there is I just quickly minimized the damage. You want to do as little movement as possible. I'm just going to show you guys that exactly what I did again. Now I knew my army was a lot bigger. Here's what I'm doing. These banelings, 35 damage to light. Marines are light. 55 health. So 35 to 55, you know, does a bit of damage. That's why I've got it laid out like this. The banelings got stuck on the roaches, which didn't work, but as they're running out, if everything was clumped together like it was at the start, before the fight, it would have done a lot. But yeah, that's going to be the general army. You got marauders, which can kind of, you know, take care of those armored units they're pretty good against. Things like stalkers and roaches. They do extra damage too. Marines are just pretty good DPS units. They can hit air and ground. Tanks are just your big guns, you know, like whether they're not bad unsieged, They're obviously much better siege. They do a lot more damage. They just can't move. But they pump out the damage. You know, they're good against bigger things. Like they're great against Hydralisks. That kind of more squishy. They're good against roaches too, but that more kind of squishy type of unit that they could have in bulk. They're great against lings. You know, if it hits middle of a pack of lings, goodbye lings. Medevacs, you know, they heal up your bio. So as you can see, when those banelings were hitting, those marines were getting healed up, so the roaches couldn't quite finish them as quickly. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for episode 3 of this step by step. Once I go through all the things I really want to cover, all the basic things, there will be a few games where we just chuck it together and we just do a climb together where you guys can follow along and kind of play along with me, I guess, in a way. And just kind of see what I'm doing. Again, I'm not going to obviously just go out and just try my hardest every game. I'm just going to try to keep it simple. Like, this guy actually had more actions per minute than me. With this number here, this is what we want to focus on soon. And this number here. Time supply cap. So I was on this supply cap for 13 seconds. Which means I was on top of my depots for most of that game. My average unspent resources hit 1,000. Or almost hit 1,000. That's not good. That means that pretty much the average second on that average part of that game, like most of that game, there was 965 resources that I wasn't spending. That's a lot. You know, that's like more than, that's almost 20 Marines. 20 extra Marines. Or 3-3. I think 3-3 is about 900. It could be more than 900. It could be plus 3 attack. Plus some extra stuff. Plus a tank. I don't know. I'm not that good at math, guys. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're going to be focusing on. You know, here was just more about the unit comp, getting at the units we want. You know, getting more barracks with tech labs rather than just reactors. Pumping out the medevacs because we didn't need Vikings as much. And yeah, again, as we get higher, we'll kind of go into more specific type of units that can be good in situations like the Vikings against Terran. Like even Widow Mines against Zerg, maybe like Ghosts against Protoss. We'll get into that in a while. Anyway, guys, this was episode 3. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.